very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. So first we welcome back Lydia and Ron. You were on the show last time, of course. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Remind us how you did.
Well, we did OK on bears, weirdly enough.
Fictional bears,
yeah.
yes.
But the absolute worst category came up, and that was rock music and guitars. And but at least the worst category's gone now. But we're back to fight.
Oh well, yeah. You had Andy Summers in the Killers.
Yeah, why not?
Which I have to say, I think is a winning combination. Ron, what are you hoping is going to come up this afternoon?
I'll get something that I really know something about.
You weren't bad, actually. Barnaby, you picked as a bear. That was a pointless answer.
Yeah. We got our strategy wrong in the last one because the Guitar Heroes, I should have gone first on there.
Yeah. Great to have you back. Very, very best of luck to you this afternoon.
Thank you.
And next, we welcome Christine and Ron, our second Ron in 2 pairs. So Ron S, you shall be. Christine, how do you 2 know each other?
Well, Ron's my granddad, so I've known him all my life, in fact.
Ron, is she an exemplary granddaughter?
Certainly is, but we have a bit of an advantage over the other contestants because there's 3 of us.
Oh, I see. Oh, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Many congratulations. What do you do, Christine?
I work for a charity called Carers UK.
Very good. And how about you, Ron?
I'm a retired professional singer.
You're a singer.
Yes.
You're not the retiring kind, surely. So you've got a song bursting to come out at all moments, have you?
If you want me to sing, I will do, yeah.
That's not what I said.
Yes, I do.
Yes, very good. So maybe a pointless answer. We might get a burst into song from you. Surprise us. And very best of luck. Lovely to have you on the show. And next we welcome back Adam and Sally Ann. This is your second chance to reach the Pointless final. Remind us what happened last time.
Well, we did quite well. We got to the head-to-head and then just collapsed. You were throwing UK politics.
Oh, we threw some
boxing.
really challenging questions at you, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tory Chancellors, you gave us Gordon Brown.
Do you have to tell everybody?
I know.
Yeah, what would you like today, Sally Ann?
I'd like travel, and I wouldn't mind music as well.
Travel and music. Excellent. Adam, how about you?
A little bit of Australiana, birds, maybe, something like that.
Some Australiana.
We've never used it before, and we're not using it today either, I'm afraid.
Well, whatever comes up, it's great to have you back, and who knows, maybe you'll make it all the way through to the final this afternoon.
Excellent.
Very best of luck to the pair of you. And finally, we've got Betty and Sophie. Now, how do you 2 know each other?
We met at uni. We both do illustration at Lincoln. Yes.
Well, lots of things to illustrate round there.
Yes, lot.
Cathedrals,
Oh.
hills.
But when you're not in Lincoln learning to illustrate, what do you like to do, Sophie?
Just general student activities. Play a couple of musical instruments.
What do you play?
The flute and the melodica.
Oh, I know, that's the thing with the keyboard on the thing.
with the keyboard.
Yeah, we had one of those when we were little. Some of the keys fell off, just the wires. But yeah, that was great fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how about you, Betty?
I like to sit in my bright pink armchair and drink a lot of tea.
We all like to do that.
Yes. It has been christened the Throne, or Gareth.
Tell us briefly why.
The guy I bought it from was called Gareth.
OK, very good.
Yeah.
That is how I name all of my furniture.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You should meet Katrina. She's lovely.
Oh, fabulous.
Is that your toaster?
No microwave.
Of course.
Indeed. Well, very best of luck. It's lovely to have you here, Betty and Sophie. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He's the nemesis of the internet search engine. He ranks the least popular most highly. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Hiya.
Well, Richard, ahoy there.
Hello to you. Are you okay?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, good. We've got 2 returning pairs today, and one of them, certainly Lydia and Ron, got knocked out quite early, so I suspect they'll be wanting to do better. And Adam and Sally Ann got all the way through to the head-to-head, which is normally a good sign. It'll be very interesting to see who wins today. We have a new round today, a new round 1. It'll be interesting tactically to see how they play it.
Well, now, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people knew, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, no one won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £4,750. There we are. Right, let's play Pointless. OK, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. If anyone gives me an incorrect answer, they will score the maximum of 100 points. So try to avoid those if you can. Now, in this first round, we're going to show you two related question categories. The first category will be played on the first pass. The second category will be played on the second pass. So, as always, it's crucial who goes first and who goes second. It's very exciting. New round. OK, let's reveal the two categories. We have boy bands and rock bands. So remember, boy bands will be played on the first pass and rock bands will be played on the second pass. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so our first category is boy bands. Let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Westlife UK top 40 singles as they could. Richard.
We're looking for any single released by Westlife or a single release which has them as a featured artist which has reached the UK top 40 prior to April 2011, please.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Now, Lydia and Ron, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. Now, Lydia.
I do have one answer, thank goodness. I think quite a lot of people will know it, but at least I think I know it's right, and that's Uptown Girl.
Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Uptown Girl. That is right. Still going down. 16. Very well done, Lydia. Uptown Girl scoring you 16. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Lydia. It's the Comic Relief song from 2001, a #1 hit, one of their many #1s.
Thank you very much. And so, Christine, we come to you. Westlife. Are you a Westlife fan?
Not really. I think I can probably come up with one, though. And I think You Raise Me Up.
You Raise Me Up. You're hoping that will score you as few points as possible. You Raise Me Up. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said You Raise Me Up. That's right. 14. Very well done, Christine. 14 for You Raise Me Up. Richard.
Yeah, another #1 single, this time from 2005. Good answer, Christine.
OK, Sally Ann. Westlife. We come to you, possibly the biggest fan of Westlife.
My mind has gone absolutely blank with Westlife songs. I love the group, and I just can't. The only song I can think of, which I don't know whether they sang it, but I think they did, is Mandy.
Adam, what do you think?
I have no idea.
Have you heard of Westlife?
I have, just.
Well, let's see if Mandy is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said Mandy. Good luck. It's right. Sally Ann, well done you. That scores you 11. 11 for Mandy. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Sally Ann. The scores just keep getting better. Another #1 single, cover of the Barry Manilow song from 2003.
So, Sophie, remember we are looking for UK top 40 hits from Westlife.
I think I'm going to go with... I remember they did this with Mariah Carey, I think. Against All Odds.
Against All Odds. Is it right? How many people said it? It's right. Well done, down it goes. Oh, fantastic, Sophie, look at that. That's a wonderful answer. It scores you only 2 points. Against All Odds, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Sophie. It was with Mariah Carey from the year 2000. And guess what number it got to?
#1.
#1. Exactly right. 11 of their first 13 singles got to #1.
Wow.
Who do you prefer, Westlife or Boyzone?
there's not much in it. Really.
Up to this point, did you think they were the same group? Believe it or not, Westlife had released some pointless singles. Let's take a look at them now, see if any Westlife fans got these at home. Hey Whatever, Miss Unites and Obvious, all pointless answers. Safe Tonight, Us Against the World, all of those would have added £250 to the jackpot. And When You Tell Me That You Love Me, very well done if you got any of those at home.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. Sophie and Betty on 2, Sally Ann and Adam on 11, Christine and Ron S on 14, and Lydia and Ron W on 16. So, Ron, rock bands, you are going to have to pull one out of the bag. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So for the second pass, the category is rock bands. Let's just see what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many status quo UK top 40 singles as they could. Status quo, Richard.
Yeah, very much the Westlife of the 70s, status quo.
Yes.
And once again, we're simply looking for status quo singles that have been in the UK top 40 prior to April 2011. Again, if it's a double A side, then we'll count either of those. So it's either status quo by themselves or with status quo as a featured artist. Very best of luck.
Very good. So the quo it is, Betty. The quo. Are you now wishing you'd done boy bands?
No, because I hate them. Rock in a hard place.
Oh, to be back in Gareth now. The high scorers are Ron W and Lydia on 16. You are on 2. If you can score 13 or less, you are through to the next round for sure. All we need from you is a UK top 40 single from The Quo.
I think there was a song that they did on an advert for a well-known supplier of household goods. Mm-hmm. Is it Whatever You Want?
OK, well, let's see if that's right. There is your red line, Betty. If whatever you want gets you below that red line, you are definitely through to the next round.
OK.
Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Whatever You Want. Well, that is right. Down it goes. 24. Not a bad score at all. Not bad at all, Betty. That takes your total up to 26. That may be enough to keep you in the game. Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Betty. Top 10 hit from 1979. That's what Pointless is all about. It's just getting that little nugget of something you know at the back of your head.
Very good. So then, Adam?
I'm struggling, to put it that way. I'm going to have to make something up, and I'll go with Love Me. That's my...
Love Me.
It could be a good song, couldn't it?
Could be. Let's see if Love Me is correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. The high scorers are Betty and Sophie on 26. There is your red line there. If Love Me is by Status Quo and you get down below that red line, you're through to the next round. Good luck. Love Me. Bad luck, Adam. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer, which means you scored a maximum of 100 points. And that takes your total up to 111. Richard?
Yeah, it wasn't so much an answer as a cry for help, that, I think. Yeah, not a Status Quo single. Sounds like it could be one, but we're not accepting answers that sound like they could be Status Quo singles in this round.
Now then, Ron S. You are on 14. The high scorers are Adam and Sally Ann on 111, which means if you can score 96 or less with your answer, you are through to the next round.
The only one I can think of is Rockin' All Over the World.
Rockin' All Over the World. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Rockin' All Over the World. Well done, Ron. 44. That's good enough. Takes your total up to 58. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Ron. There's a number 3 hit in 1977, probably more famously opened Live Aid in 1985.
Thanks very much, Richard. And so, Ron W. Remember, we're looking for UK top 40 hits from The Quo.
I was going to have what Ron S had, but he's really put me under real more pressure now.
Oh, this might be a lifeline for Adam and Sally Ann.
Yeah.
They are the high scorers on 111. You're on 16. You need to score 94 or less.
Right. I'm not sure, but I think they did something called Down the Dustpipe.
There is your red line, Ron. If Down the Dustpipe gets you below that, you are home and dry. it's wrong, you are down the dustpipe. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said down the dustpipe. Good luck, Ron. You're right. And you're through to the next round. Very well done. That's a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £5,000. It scores you nothing. You're second pointless in 2 shows, and it leaves your total at 16. Very, very well done, Ron. Richard.
Yeah, it's a fantastic answer. Down the Dustpipe, one of their very, very first singles, in fact, from 1970. Number 12 hit. Very, very well done. Let's take a look at some of the other pointless answers, though. Because some people at home would have got some of these. Ain't Complaining was pointless. All That Counts Is Love. Can't Give You More. Don't Drive My Car. There's Down the Dustpipe. Roll Over, Lay Down was a pointless answer. And Running All Over the World, which was a re-release of Rockin' All Over the World. Very well done if you got any of those at home, and very well done if you got a pointless Crow answer and a pointless Westlife answer. That must be a very, very small group of people, I suspect.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score is Adam and Sally Ann, I'm afraid. But you have done phenomenally well. You made it all the way through to a nail-biting head-to-head in the last show. I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to you here at the end of round 1, though.
Oh, but that's OK, because we've had a fantastic day, and thank you to everybody.
Oh, well, it's been lovely having you here. Thanks so much for playing. Great contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is British Geography. British Geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our round 2 question this afternoon concerns UK postcodes and their areas. Richard, wow.
Yeah, we should pause a little while, just in case if anyone's at home, if anyone's in the kitchen or something, you want to call them in. Because just say, look, they're doing UK postcodes. We're going to show you 6 postcodes on each pass. We've asked 100 people which towns belong to those postcodes. You have to tell us the town or the city that is the centre of that postcode area. And the more obscure answers are going to score you fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, though, you'll score 100 points.
Thanks very much, Richard. So remember, we are looking for the towns or cities that are at the centre of these postcodes. And on our list, we have got TQ, PR, G, LU, HU, DE. I'll read those again. TQ, PR, G, LU, HU, DE. Now then, Ron, there are the postcodes. And you are going to give me the name of a town or city at the middle of the most obscure one you know.
I'll go for the PR. Preston.
OK, you're saying Preston. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. PR, says Ron W. Preston. Oh, it's right. Well done. 41. Not a bad score. 41 for Preston. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Ron. Preston, the city of Preston. I think it's actually rather a good round. It's like a little cryptic detective puzzle. Trying to work out what they all are. You reckon you could get all 6 of those?
I could have a pop at them.
That's the thing. You could have a pop at them, but would it be right? That's the... Yeah.
That's the thing. So, Christine, are you going to have a pop at one of those? Well, you're going to have to.
I will do, yeah. Geography is probably my worst subject ever. But for some reason, I seem to know quite a few of the postcodes, so I don't know why. I'm going to go for TQ, and I think it's Torquay.
TQ, Torquay, at the top of the table there. Torquay, let's see if that's right for TQ, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Torquay. Yep, it's right. 64. Quite a high score there. 64 for Torquay.
Yeah, pretty high score, Christine. 64 for Torquay. It could be nothing else really with TQ in it, I guess.
So then, Betty, we're looking for the towns or cities that lie at the centre of these UK postcodes.
I'm not promising any miracles, but I do like snail mail.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna make a bit of a guess. An HU, possibly, maybe Huddersfield. Is that? Tell me if it's right. I don't know. Do the points.
That's the one you're going. You're
Yeah,
submitting
I think I'm gonna
HU
go
for Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Huddersfield. Let's see if that is right for Betty, and if it is, let's see how many people said HU Huddersfield. Oh, bad luck, Betty. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Bad luck. HU, not Huddersfield, Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Betty, that's why it's a tough round. It's Hull. Would have scored you 34 points, that. Do you want to have a go at the rest of the board?
I was thinking G was Guildford or something like that.
It's Glasgow.
Oh, of course it's Glasgow. Yes,
Would have scored you 32. LU?
Luton.
Luton is the correct answer, yep. That's 57, so a pretty big score. And DE?
Derby.
Derby is the right answer, yeah. Would have scored you 26. Derby is the best answer on the board, actually, so well done if you said that at home.
OK, let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well now, Ron, W and Lydia, 41. Who would have thought that was going to be the lowest score in this pass? But it is, so very well done. Then up to 64 for Christine and Ron S. And then Betty and Sophie. Oh! Sophie, I really hope you work for the post office in your spare time.
Yeah, me too.
OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more postcodes on the board, and here they are. We have got OX, FY, BT, IV, EX, and MK. I'll read those one more time. OX, FY, BT, IV, EX, MK. Now remember, we are looking for the towns or cities that are at the centre of these postcodes, and obviously you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. So, Sophie, you're the high scorers on 100 points.
Yes.
We need a low score from you if you're going to stay in the game.
Right. I don't know any of them.
Looking good.
Yeah. Promising. I'm going to go for EX Exeter.
EX Exeter, you are saying. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said EX Exeter. Good luck. That's right. Ooh, it's a high score, I'm afraid, Sophie. 71. And I'm afraid that takes your total to an unbeatable 171. Richard?
Yeah, that's it's a big score for Exeter. It was founded by the Romans as Isca de Mummiorum, when presumably ID was its postcode. But EX now.
Thank you very much. So, Ron, we come to you now. The good news is you are in the head-to-head, whatever happens. You're in the head-to-head. You'll never overtake Sophie and Betty's high score there. So why not have some fun with that board and see if you can get a really low score, knowing that the pressure is off?
FY, I'll go for Filey.
Filey. Filey in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's see if Filey is right for FY, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Filey. No, bad luck. Mind you, that was a fun punt to take.
Yeah.
As it happens, it's incorrect, scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 164. FY.
Yeah, I won't tell you the correct answer just in case Lydia wants to have a go at the same question.
So then, Lydia, again, doesn't matter what you say, you're through to the head-to-head.
OX, I'm guessing, must be Oxford. FY, I don't know. BT, I think, might be Brighton. MK is Milton Keynes, I'm guessing. But I'm going to go on IV because it's completely out there. But I'm wondering if it's St Ives.
Oh, St Ives. Very good. Let's see if IV is St Ives, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Well, no, we'll all learn something. Thank you. That scores you 100 points, the maximum, because it is wrong, but it doesn't matter. Your total of 141 still is low enough to see you through. Richard?
Let's take a look at all of them then. Alexander, why don't you have a go at filling some of these in? 'Cause some of them are obvious, but some of them less so. OX?
Well, it's Oxford.
It is Oxford, yeah. Would have scored you 84 points, though. MK?
Milton Keynes.
Milton Keynes, that's exactly right.
Lydia said.
Would have scored 50. Now, IV, not St Ives.
It was either going to be Ivor in Buckinghamshire, but that surely wouldn't have it. No, that wouldn't have a thing. Inverness in Scotland is the only one I can think of.
Yeah, I think Lydia just said the same thing, and it's exactly right. It is Inverness. Would have scored you 33 points. BT, anybody?
Bolton.
Belfast is exactly right. Belfast would have scored 15. An FY, not Filey.
I do not know.
Very well done at home if you said Blackpool. Blackpool is the answer to that.
Is there any reason?
Yeah, because it's filed. It's named after, but Blackpool is right at the centre of that district. So it scores 7 points. It's the best answer on both boards. That very, very good answer.
Thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Betty and Sophie.
And you want to know the worst thing? I was born and bred in Milton Keynes.
Oh, that is bad. Yeah.
I don't know what to. I don't know what to say.
Well, we've had fun.
No, we've had lovely fun. I can't bear that we have to say goodbye. It's ridiculous after only 2 rounds. However, there is good news. You will be back again next time, when I'm sure you will do much, much better. But meanwhile, it's been fabulous having you on the show. Tremendous contestants. Thanks so much for playing. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Lydia and Ron W and Christine and Ron S. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £5,000. Now, you're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to get to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many A-Team actors as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any actor who's played any of the 4 members of the A-Team. That's Hannibal, B.A. Baracus, Murdoch and Face in either the 1980s TV series or the 2010 movie, please. So there are 8 answers in all.
OK, Richard, thank you very much. Now, Lydia and Ron, because you played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. A-Team actors.
Peter Graves.
Right. OK?
Yeah.
We have an answer.
Yep.
What's it going to be?
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. But that could be a brilliant answer. Christine and Ron, Peter Graves has gone.
Well, I've no idea of any of the TV series at all. But I've got a feeling that Bradley Cooper might have been in the film. I think that's his name. I can't. What do you think? Should we just go for that?
Oh, Mr. T's another one,
Well,
isn't he?
he's.
He was on the television.
Well, we could go for that.
We'll go for Mr. T.
Go for Mr. T. We know that's
If you're
right.
not sure he's on
I'm not sure if he's on it or not.
Yeah, we'll go
All
for
right.
Mr. T.
You're going to go for Mr. T. So we have Peter Graves from Lydia and Ron W. We have Mr. T from Christine and Ron S. Peter Graves in the order they were given. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Peter Graves. Bad luck. Bad luck. Peter Graves, an incorrect answer, which means Christine and Ron, you merely have to be correct. So Mr. T, you are saying, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? And of course it is right. Down it goes surprisingly low. Look at that, 38, Mr. T. Very well done. So after one question, Christine and Ron S are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, well played. Should have listened to Christine though, actually, because Bradley Cooper a much better answer, as we'll see in a minute. Peter Graves, I think you're getting mixed up with George Peppard. There's a certain physical similarity. It's George Peppard who played Hannibal in the original A-Team. Peter Graves was the pilot in Airplane, amongst...
Oh, I see. Yes. Absolutely.
Let's take a look at all 8 answers, though. Sharlto Copley played Murdoch in the 2010 film. Very well done if you said that at home. It's the best answer on the board. Quinton Rampage Jackson played the B.A. Baracus role. There's Bradley Cooper, which would have been a very good answer, played Face in the 2010 film. Dwight Schultz was the original Murdoch, would have scored you 12. Dirk Benedict, the original Face, 15. Liam Neeson, who was Hannibal in the film, that would have scored you 20. George Peppard, there he is, Hannibal in the TV series, 31. And Mr. T right at the top, actually, with 38. Well done if you got one of those obscure ones.
Thank you very much, Richard. So here is your second question. Now then, Lydia and Ron W. You have to win this question to stay in the game.
Yes.
Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many coronation decades as they could. Coronation decades. Richard.
Yeah, we're simply looking for any decade in the 20th century in which the coronation of a British monarch took place.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, Christine and Ron S., you go first this time.
1950s.
Right, let's go with that.
1950s?
You're going to say the 1950s?
Yes.
OK, 1950s. Now, Lydia and Ron W.
Well, I know that Queen Victoria, popped her clogs, passed away in 1901, so I'm guessing someone must have taken over one of the Georges, I expect. So the 1900s?
The 1900s. OK, so we have the 1950s, we have the 1900s. 1950s, say Christine and Ron S. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said the 1950s? 71. Right. But a popular choice. Lydia and Ron W. are saying the 1900s. Let's see if that's right. It's right. It was in Edward. Beat 71. Down it goes. 23. 23, well done, that wins it for you. So after the second question, it is 1 point each.
Yeah, very good answer. The coronation of Edward VII was 1902. Let's take a look at all, there's 4 answers in fact, let's take a look at all of them. 1910s, that was George V in 1911. 1900s, we just had Edward VII. 1930s, that was George VI in 1937. And the 50s, of course, Queen Elizabeth II in 1953.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, so here is the third question. Whoever wins this question is through to the final and will be playing for that £5,000 jackpot. OK, here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries that border Brazil as they could. Countries that border Brazil. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the countries on the mainland of South America that have a land border with Brazil, please. There are 9 of those countries. As always, by a country, we mean a sovereign state that is a member of the UN. See how many of those 9 you can get at home.
OK, thank you very much. We are looking for countries that border Brazil. Lydia and Ron W., it is your turn to go first.
Are you sure on that? OK, I'm going to take Ron's answer. If it's wrong, it's his fault. Paraguay?
Paraguay.
Yeah.
OK, Paraguay. Christine and Ron S.
Geography, my favourite subject again.
It's a good one.
My worst.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Can't even find my way home from here.
I think Argentina. Argentina is my best guess.
Chile?
Chile or Argentina. Let's go for Argentina.
Argentina.
OK, Argentina. So we have Paraguay, we have Argentina. Lydia and Ron W. have said Paraguay. Let's put that to the test first. Is it right? How many people said it? It's right. Down it goes. Oh, very well done. 18. 18 for Paraguay. Christine and Ron have said Argentina. How do you feel about that?
Very bad.
Not very confident now.
Not
We've seen the
very
18.
confident. OK, only one way to find out. Is Argentina right? And if it is, how many people said Argentina? Good luck. Well, it's right. Will it go down as far as Paraguay? 43. 43 beaten by 18. So after 3 questions, Lydia and Ron W. are through to the final 2-1. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Lydia and Ron. Virtually every country in South America actually borders Brazil, the big exceptions being Chile and Ecuador. But let's take a look at the list here, see how well you did at home. Guyana is the best answer there with 1, Suriname with 2, Venezuela 13 there, Paraguay 18, so very good answers, only 3 things would have beaten it. Colombia 18, Uruguay also 18, Bolivia 23, Peru 41, Argentina actually top of the board there with 43.
OK, well, thank you very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm sorry to say, Christine and Ron S. What would you like to see next time?
Egyptology from the 6th AD.
Well, it's been brilliant having you on the show. We will see you again next time and look forward to that very much. But thanks meanwhile. Great collecting. Thank you. But for Lydia and Ron, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £5,000. Well, congratulations, Lydia and Ron. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. So very, very You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £5,000. The rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had one pointless answer only today, and that was yours, Ron. You came up with Down the Dustpipe. What a song to have come up with, though. Yeah. Brilliant. You only have to find one more pointless answer now, and you'll go home with that money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from one of these 3 options, and they are American novelists, British actresses, golf. What do you think?
Neither of us know anything about golf, do we?
So it's between the other 2.
British actresses, go first. British actresses.
Are you sure? Because I think I could do American novelists.
If you're certain that you can pull out the bag...
It could be something I don't know, and if you don't know, I've got a chance British actresses, so we'll do British
We'll do British actresses.
OK, we're going to go for British actresses. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Maggie Smith films as they could. Maggie Smith films. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release prior to April 2011 for which Maggie Smith has received an acting credit or a voice credit. As always, not looking for documentaries, short films, TV films, or anything like that. So any film starring Dame Maggie Smith prior to April 2011.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that £5,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Prime Minister Jean Brodie.
I think she may be in Vanity Fair. And I'm not sure how many people remember.
I don't remember seeing her in Vanity Fair.
I think she's in Vanity Fair with Reese Witherspoon. I might be getting that confused. Oh no, what's that other one? Something Park, G Park. Oh, I can't remember. What Maggie Smith films are there? Oh gosh. Oh, she's in Secret Garden.
Yeah.
And
I think Vanity Fair.
Go for your and the Little Princess.
Sorry?
I think it's a Little Princess.
Little Princess. What one should we go for? Vanity
Fair.
Go
for 3. Go for 3.
Vanity Fair.
Secret Garden.
Secret Garden. Prime Minister Jean Brodie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
OK, we're going to stop the clock there. Yeah. Stop the clock. OK, well, we were looking for Maggie Smith films. I now need 3 answers from you. Give me 3 answers now.
Secret Garden.
All right, Secret Garden.
Secret Garden.
Gosford Park.
Gosford Park.
And I can't say that. So
the prime of
Miss
Jean Brodie.
Yeah.
Yes, OK, yes, good.
Right.
Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Prime of Miss Jean Brodie.
The prime of Miss Jean Brodie. OK, we'll put that last then. Which do you think is your least likely?
Gosford Park, because I'm not sure it's a film. I'm not sure she's in it, and it just came out somewhere. I thought it was
OK, we'll put Gosford Park first.
Yeah.
And then we'll put The Secret Garden, and then we will put The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Yeah. OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they are. Gosford Park, The Secret Garden, and The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. There they are. OK, well, we were looking for Maggie Smith films. You said this was your least confident answer. You only need to find one pointless answer to win that jackpot of £5,000. So, let's see. Gosford Park's your first one. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Gosford Park. Well, you're right, Lydia, it is a film. And down it goes. This has to go all the way down to 0 if you are going to win the jackpot. Down it goes into the teens, into single figures. Look at that, 6! Very well said. That's a great answer. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not a pointless answer. Yeah. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. Now, £5,000, that's a whopping jackpot. What would you do with that?
Spend it.
I would really like to buy a Bedlington Terrier. I'm passionate about dogs, and a Bedlington Terrier is, it kind of looks like a bit like a lamb, so
Like a
that's my dream.
lamb.
Yeah.
So you'd like a Bedlington Terrier?
I would, yes.
Ron, what would you do?
If Lydia gets a Bedlington Terrier, I wouldn't get my hands on any of the money because they're not cheap.
OK. Well, we are looking for Maggie Smith films. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, which is The Secret Garden. There it is, The Secret Garden. Let's see if The Secret Garden does indeed star Maggie Smith. And if it does, let's see how many people said it. The Secret Garden. It's right. It's right. Well, your first answer went down to 6. This has to go all the way down to 0 if you're going to go home with that jackpot of £5,000. Down it goes! I thought that was going to go all the way down. Can you believe it? One person. Maybe not such a secret garden after all. Not a pointless answer, which means you only have one more chance to win today's jackpot.
Yeah.
There it is, the prime of Miss Jean Brodie. That's the one you decided to put last. This has to be pointless if you're going to leave with that jackpot of £5,000. Yeah. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. The prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Is it right? And if it is, how many of our 100 people said the prime of Miss Jean Brodie? This is your last shot at the jackpot. Well, it's right. You scored 6 with Gosford Park. You scored 1 with The Secret Garden. If this goes all the way down to 0, you'll be leaving here with 5,000. Unfortunately, 21. Yes, that's not a pointless answer, I'm sorry to say. You won't be leaving with today's jackpot of £5,000, which rolls over onto the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophies. So. So, Richard.
Let's take a look at the pointless answers. There's some surprising names up here, but let's look at a few of them. Becoming Jane, about Jane Austen. California Suite, you won a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for that. The Agatha Christie adaptation, Death on the Nile, and Evil Under the Sun, also. They were both pointless answers. Well done if you said any of those. The next page is amazing. All 3 of those were pointless answers. All of those answers, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, The Order of the Phoenix, and The Prisoner of Azkaban, all of those would have won you £5,000. Let's take a look at the next page. Nanny McPhee and The Big Bang, The Pumpkin Eater, and Travels with My Aunt. Very well done if you've got any of those at home, and really, really bad luck, particularly with The Secret Garden.
Yeah. And you knew some of those films as well.
Knew that. I thought everyone would name the Harry Potter ones, but clearly not. I should have gone through them.
Oh dear. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Lydia and Ron. It's been fabulous having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Brilliant contestants. Thank you. So nobody's won our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £6,000. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.